How about a Coppola quick facts?
Screenwriter Scott Rosenberg first learned of the U.S. Marshals Prisoner Transport Service while scanning a Los Angeles Times article that was given to him by the studio vice president. It's a weird fact. Who cares who gave you the paper? I don't know. Read the paper. Find us another movie.
Yeah. The Fugitive must have been on the guy's mind.
Yeah.
After reading a fascinating account about how the real-life Con Air program transported roughly 150,000 prisoners a year, he visited the outfit's Oklahoma City base to get an eyewitness perspective of the incredible operation, which quickly formed the genesis for Con Air. Rosenberg spent 3 days on the Con Air planes with the convicts and flew all over the country. The U.S. Marshals who run the actual Con Air program wanted nothing to do with this movie.
Why? Because it makes them look incompetent?
Yes. Just a little. From every moment that they're on screen. They all seem like idiots. They probably didn't even read the script. They just read the outline. They're like, oh, fuck that.
Yeah.
They're like, wait, who's playing a marshal? Cusack? Nah. Fuck this movie.
He's wearing sandals with a suit? Jason Isaacs revealed an awkward story in an interview about when he tried out for the role of Cyrus the Virus. His audition involved performing a scene with a handgun, so he said he'd use a nearby pencil as a prop. But then the camera assistant offered him a real gun he had tucked under his shirt in his belt.
What the fuck? That guy would go on to work with Alec Baldwin, I guess.
Oh my God.
He said director Simon West was as wide-eyed as he was. He'd been working with the assistant for a while and had no idea that he just carried a fucking gun around with him everywhere he went.
Can you imagine? Oh, wait, no, you don't need a pencil here. You can borrow mine.
Oh, hold on. Let me turn the safety on.
Wait, let me make sure it's loaded. Yep, we're good.
Got to have some realism in the scene.
Yeah, got some heft to it. You can tell when those things don't got real bullets in it.
Yeah, it's like when you drink from a coffee cup in a movie. You can tell. You can always tell when there's nothing in the cup.
Yeah.
You know, it's so funny. I was watching a show today, and the guy is holding a coffee cup that he just got, and he goes like this. I'm like, dude, there's nothing in that. You would never, that shit would be all over you.
Yeah. You can
That shit
always
drives me
tell.
nuts.
I don't understand
Yeah.
why they don't just put water in it or something.
Something, yeah. Just to give the
Something,
actor
yeah.
a little bit to work
A
with.
little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like you can't spring for some water just to help with
Put some
the
water in
realism
there.
a little bit.
Willem Dafoe, our pal Willem Dafoe, and Mickey Rourke both auditioned for the part of Cyrus, which would have been a very different movie. Could you imagine Willem Dafoe in that role?
It would have been.
It would have been awesome to see Willem Dafoe in
Yeah.
that role.
Oh
or
my
Mickey
God.
Rourke.
Yeah, both of them would have
Or
been
Jason
amazing.
Isaacs, for that matter. Like, it would have
Yeah.
been a different movie with any of them.
Yeah. During Rourke's audition, he improvised by producing a razor-sharp Bowie knife, both terrifying and impressing the director. Pulling out fucking
bringing
guns
weapons
and
into these
knives.
auditions.
Very method in these auditions. Though suitably impressed, they decided to cast John Malkovich instead. Apparently, the first choice for Cyrus the Virus was Gary Oldman.
Wow.
I could see that. I could see
Yeah.
that.
He plays a great villain.
But this is a huge laundry list. I apologize for all these names. But these are all people who were considered for Cyrus the Virus. Kevin Bacon, Alec Baldwin, George Clooney, Robert De Niro, Michael Douglas, Richard Dreyfuss. Richard Dreyfuss would have been interesting.
They're just like trying to pull all the A players at the
This
time.
is seriously
Yeah.
just like an actor from Hollywood. Is all they wrote on the call sheet.
Famous actor.
They're all very different people, very different actors.
Very different.
James Gandolfini,
Okay.
That would have been interesting.
Ed Harris is the bad guy in The Rock. They were just because this was a Bruckheimer production.
Yep. Yeah.
And they had just done The Rock the year before, so I guess they were just recasting from The Rock. Rutger Hauer, that would have been cool. I would have liked to see that. William Hurt.
Okay.
All right. Michael Keaton. Michael Madsen. I can see that. Jack Nicholson. Sean Penn. Sean Penn would have been interesting. Ron Perlman. Tim Robbins. Tim Robbins as the bad guy. Tom Sizemore. John Travolta, of course.
Wait, hold on. Sizemore. I regret they did not cast him.
Yeah.
Yeah. He played a great psycho in Bringing Out the Dead. Even though I think he was supposed to not be a complete psycho in that. Peter Weller.
That's why he would have been so good.
I think Peter Weller would have been a great one.
Yeah, that would be great.
And Bruce Willis. Who,
Probably it was seriously just like any working actor in the 90s was considered.
Bruce Willis probably could have done it, but I don't think it would have matched the tone of the movies he was doing at the time. Yeah, he was kind of being the hero for a while there.
Yeah, he probably would have turned it down.
Yeah,
he probably did turn it down. I'm sure he got pitched
for the role of Vince Larkin, John Cusack's character. Robert Downey Jr., which would have been good. Charlie Sheen.
A coked out Marshall.
Michael J. Fox. Could have been good.
That would have been good.
Eddie Murphy.
That would have been awesome.
Jim Carrey.
Eddie Murphy as a straight man kind of would be weird.
He would not have been a straight man.
There were enough jokes in there.
He would have been putting bananas in the fucking airplane engines.
Jim Carrey. That would have been interesting.
That would have been interesting.
And Matthew Broderick.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I think Carey would have been good. He's a good dramatic. But then I guess back then
no.
I think. Well, when was Truman Show? Truman Show was same year, wasn't it? 97?
I feel like it was.
It was later than that.
Like 99 or something like that.
I don't know. Although I would have loved to see him overreact.
Yeah, 97, that would have probably like Ace Ventura, Liar Liar.
No, that was all like 93, 94.
Yeah.
That was the early 90s, yeah.
I think Liar Liar was like 95, 96, somewhere in there. So I don't think he had done anything too dramatic up to that point. I think he was trying to get into more dramatic stuff, though.
Yeah.
This wasn't it.
All right, this is the last line of names here. For the role of Cameron Poe, these were the choices they originally had, okay? Stephen Baldwin.
It would be funny if they'd cast Alec Baldwin as the
as the hero.
Billy Baldwin.
What's their obsession with the Baldwin?
I don't know, man.
Just get us a Baldwin, damn it.
Tom Cruise.
Oh my God.
Did you see Tom Cruise with that long hair? That would have been great.
Could you imagine him running through the plane?
Johnny Depp.
That would have been interesting.
Maybe.
I don't know if he could sell Army Ranger.
Nah, unless Tim Burton was directing.
Just that accent would have been interesting on Johnny Depp.
I'm Cameron Poe.
Hello, Cameron Poe. He always kind of mumbles all of his lines, kind of takes a big pause every time he speaks. Dolph Lundgren. Brad Pitt. Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Kurt Russell. That would have been interesting.
That would have been interesting. Very typecasty here for this role. Other than the Baldwins.
This is where it gets real typecasty. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Steven Seagal. Sylvester Stallone. Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh my God.
And Bruce Willis.
Oh fuck.
So Bruce Willis was considered for both Cyrus and Cameron Poe.
Get us an 80s action star to play this.
Any action star.
Van Damme just doing the splits all over the fucking plane.
I imagine some of those guys were a little bit too pricey.
Oh yeah.
I can imagine Schwarzenegger wanting way too much for that role.
Yeah.
I feel like they would have had to change the Army Ranger thing if you cast Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Nah, you can leave it the same.
Yeah.
Suspend your beliefs.
Just alone in there. I'm an Army Ranger.
What about her? Can you leave her? I'm gonna go find you a needle.
Leave no man behind, you know.
Yeah, I can see him
punching
doing
the
that.
meat.
Making it all bloody. So it's like there's all sorts of like jokes that you will never understand on this show unless you've watched every one of our episodes. The film unites McKelty Williamson and Dave Chappelle, who have in common a fun fact regarding the role of Bubba in Forrest Gump. Apparently, Dave Chappelle turned down the role
Yep.
of Bubba from Forrest Gump. Could you imagine Dave Chappelle in that role?
I'm so glad he did, because that would not have been good. I love him. I love Chappelle, but he could that role was not meant for him.
Yeah. Shrimp gumbo, shrimp stew, shrimp and potatoes.
Shrimp.
Can't even imagine Chappelle in that role. Apparently, Martin Lawrence and Wesley Snipes were originally considered for the role of Pinball, which I think Snipes was too high profile.
Yeah.
Yeah. Martin Lawrence would work.
Martin Lawrence would have been okay.
I think he was on the verge of blowing up his career at that point for a little bit. I don't think they probably turned him down.
Martin Lawrence? Martin Lawrence?
Yeah.
Or Wesley
Yeah,
Snipes?
because wasn't he? I feel like around that time he was kind of having a little bit of a crisis in Hollywood. And then he did.
I feel like he's
Bad
gone
Boys.
through quite a few of those.
Yeah, true. I guess that is true.
Bad Boys
But
kind of resurrected him after.
Yeah, Bad Boys
Martin.
resurrected him, and then ever since then, it seems like he's been very
Yeah,
good.
Big Mama's House. All those.
Big Mama's House. Oh yeah,
Black
I
Knight.
love that movie.
Black Knight.
I saw that one in theaters.
All right, we got like 900 more quick facts to go through here. So
Holy shit! I thought we were done.
My God.
during press for the film, John Malkovich was asked why he did this film. He gave a simple one-word answer: money.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
John
That was
Malkovich was
a stupid
unhappy
question.
during production because the script was being rewritten virtually every day, and he had no idea how his character was going to turn out. In 2015, John and Samuel L. Jackson were guests on the Graham Norton show, and Norton had pointed out to them the fact that they had never done a movie together, given their extensive filmographies, which they've both been in a ton of films, Samuel L. Jackson especially. Jackson said of Malkovich, well, none of my movies are serious, and he's a serious actor. And Malkovich replied, no, I was in Con Air. If that's serious, I'm an astronaut.
Wow.
These are all just people shitting on the movie here for a second. John Cusack considers Con Air a bad movie and hated the time he spent working on it. So much so that he barely remembers it, so he says.
Yeah, it's just like me in the movie.
Cusack only did it, 1, because of the money, and 2, to use it as leverage in order to make his own indie passion projects. Despite all that shit-talking of the film, there have been recent talks about a Con Air sequel. Simon West, Nicolas Cage, John Cusack, and John Malkovich have all expressed interest. How would you go out there and just talk shit nonstop about this awful movie that you fucking hated working on, and then you're like, yeah, I'll do the sequel. I'm really poor right now.
Well, spoiler alert. How the fuck would one of those guys come back?
Yeah. How the hell are you going to bring back Cyrus the Virus?
Play his twin brother.
This one, brother.
Okay. God.
Myrus the
I could
Cyrus.
100% see that happening.
Yeah.
That's how they're going to do Face Off. It's just going to be
Yeah, he'll bring back
twin brother.
Castor's brother. Oh, wait.
Caster's twin brother.
Castor. Let's see.
Wait.
What's another space term? Just Apollo, Troy.
Apollo.
Yeah.
his distant cousin. Or his half brother.
His half brother looks exactly like him.
Exactly like him.
Nicolas Cage helped shape the character of Cameron Poe, saying that Poe wasn't a very real person when he saw the script. So he decided he had to have him be a special forces guy of some sort, so it would be believable that he could fight and kill so easily. This one's also hilarious. It was also Cage's idea to make him from Alabama. Nicolas Cage traveled to Alabama to work on his accent.
Oh my God.
Well, it paid off real good.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, you know, I talk about it in the breakdown, but like Forrest Gump was from Alabama, and he sounds exactly like Forrest Gump. So,
well, even more foresty Gump. Very Grand Isle-esque as well.
Yeah. He also got one of the guards who are captured by the cons to be changed to a woman character. This gave the threat of rape, so it gives Poe a reason to stay on the plane and emphasize Poe's Southern roots, because Southern men have a strong sense of chivalry when it comes to women.
They have values.
I mean, I think it was a good change to make one of them a female guard. But I don't see the other three guards are like just kind of, they just disappear and reappear when they need to. But that one female guard just stays front and center the whole time, like just dangling it there for Johnny 23 for the whole movie. It was released in June 1997, as we mentioned, the same month as Nicolas Cage's other action hit, Face Off. Which came out a few weeks later. The same month. That's crazy. June
also
1997.
The same month I turned 10 years old.
That month was very popular.
That was a good month.
It was a very popular month. The ongoing joke that will never go away in the show.
No.
Hey, Mont!
The films were actually shot consecutively from the summer of 1996 to the spring of 1997, as we mentioned on our Face Off episode, with the two productions nearly overlapping at one point. I feel like I said that exact same quick fact.
You did.
On
I'm pretty
Face
sure
Off.
you did.
But I guess it bears repeating since nobody watches every episode of this show.
One person does.
One person.
That's it.
And the last quick fact of the 900 quick facts that I had here. The film is dedicated to Phil Schwartz, an effects specialist who died during filming when a rigged plane fell and crushed him. Oof. This is actually the second Jerry Bruckheimer production where there was a plane-related death on set. 11 years earlier, Art Scholl, a pilot/cameraman, died during filming on Top Gun when his camera plane failed to recover from a spin and plunged into the ocean. So... Yeah, that's a fun way to go out on the quick facts, but
it's funny. Well, it's not funny, but that I only know that fact because with Top Gun Maverick coming out this year, they were talking about all the stunts and like how they shot all the in-flight scenes. They brought that up, like they were very conscious of protecting everybody because of what happened on the first film.
Yeah,
so it's crazy, man. It's crazy that these folks literally die for their job and it's just making movies.
Yeah, it's kind of insane when you think about it that it doesn't happen more often just because of how dangerous some of these stunts are.
Yeah, tells you how dialed in they have that stuff now.
Yeah,
thankfully.